Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Now today is collection day for the R8 V10 Plus. So now you guys know that's what I'm trading in this NSX for, because for the longest time, even though I loved the NSX, I was always looking for a naturally aspirated V10 monster with 600 horsepower. Even though this car is fast, it's comfy, and I think it looks amazing, I'm terribly excited for my new R8 V10 Plus. So I can't wait to see it. So let's go for a quick little drive, and we'll be at the dealership in no time. I don't know. All right, guys. So that's the NSX. That's going away. Now, I'm on the third day of owning this car, and I gotta be honest with you guys, after putting 150 miles on this car, I'll tell you right now, it's better in every way than the NSX. I remember watching that Motor Trend video that came out about 2 years ago, talking about the Acura NSX way before I had the opportunity of owning one. And I remember thinking to myself, how could a $180,000 car be that bad? You know, and I never really took it to heart. So when I actually had the opportunity to own one, I jumped on it, right? And I loved driving the car. But after a few months, and honestly, having a few issues, everyone talks about how reliable NSXs are. I had a terrible NSX in terms of reliability. The carbon fiber visor was incredibly squeaky. The brakes were squealing like a banshee. I mean, it was embarrassingly loud. Like, I know carbon ceramic brakes, they do squeal a little bit, and that's perfectly normal. But I mean, this, you could hear me 4 blocks away squealing. Like, it was embarrassing, honestly. And I had them fix it 2 or 3 times, ended up not fixing it. They told me at one point, hey, we'd have to replace the rotors, and that's $20,000. Now, luckily, I was under warranty. But it still sucks to hear something like this, because imagine if you owned that car out of warranty, how you would hear that kind of news. I mean, that wouldn't be a good day, I'll tell you that much. So after all these issues with the NSX, I've decided that I was going to get a different supercar. I didn't want to deal with, you know, a bittersweet kind of ownership experience of having an unreliable supercar, which I know sort of goes hand in hand with supercars. But, you know, it being an Acura and it being brand new and still having that many issues with it wasn't really sitting well with me. So I ended up searching for other cars. Now, after that bittersweet ownership experience of the NSX, I decided to get into something a little bit more exclusive, something a little bit more in line with my taste. So I ended up looking up Lamborghinis and McLarens, because of course, you know, those are the go-to supercars nowadays. But I quickly realized that the nearest dealerships for both of those were 165, 170 miles away. And if I ever had to do any kind of maintenance or get something fixed, I'd have to ship a car 160 miles one way, 160 miles back the other way, just to get a small issue fixed, with which, of course, as you guys know, dealerships don't always fix the problem the first time. So I was walking into a very annoying ownership experience if I bought a bad car. So I thought, hey, why not Porsche? Why not get like a Turbo S or a GT3? Well, I couldn't get an allocation for a GT3, and I didn't like the way the Turbo S sounded. So then I was like, what cars are left that I can get here in Portland that are still super exclusive, nice, and fun, and what I want? Then I thought, R8 V10 Plus. When I finally sat in this, and I drove this for more than 5-10 miles, listening to the exhaust note going all the way to 8,500 RPM, I was just like, The NSX, man, ugh. As far as the features of the car and how they differ, well, I'll be honest with you, this is an Audi. Everyone knows Audis for their great interiors, and this is no exception. This Audi R8 looks way better on the inside than the NSX. Has more carbon fiber here, here, and here. I mean, it does cost $25,000 more than the NSX, but I mean, you could see the value in it. Absolutely. The exhaust note blows the NSX away. I mean, that was never even a question. I don't think anyone would hesitate to say this is the better sounding car. It's just a better ownership experience. It feels like the more premium car, if that makes any sense. You sit in this car and you know that everything is like specifically made for this car. Whereas in the NSX, I never knew, I've never owned an Acura. So I was, you know, everything in the NSX was new to me until, of course, I had those reliability issues with that car and I had to go get some stuff replaced, like the pads, the carbon fiber visor, which was squeaking. And they gave me an ILX loaner car. And really quickly, right off the bat, I was realizing, I'm like, oh my God, all these parts are in my NSX. And that's, you know, it's not that it wasn't usable. It absolutely worked. It's not like, you know, it didn't work, but it just takes away from the ownership experience when you have a car that costs so much money and it's sharing half the parts bin with a car that's $30,000. I mean, that's just not fair to you. And I know that even Lamborghini and Audi and all these other companies, they use parts from, like, you know, Passats and other Volkswagen vehicles. And I know that. I'm sure one of these buttons is from a Passat or something like that. But in that car, it was really, really obvious that all they were doing was using a parts bin. Like the whole center dash was out of an ILX. All the buttons on the door were all from an ILX. Oh, the noise. Man, I wish there wasn't so much traffic today. And I also wish that was dry. Oh, such an amazing noise. And there's an Audi, of course, trying to race me. I'm not gonna try to launch the car because it's raining, but let's go try it. It's so fast. It's so fast. I'm surprised it didn't break traction in the rain, to be honest with you guys. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I bought an exhaust system for this car only 3 days after owning it. And that's not because this exhaust is bad. In fact, I think it's one of the best ones I've ever heard, at least a stock exhaust system. But the reason why is because I'm stuck in traffic so often where I live now, I don't really get an opportunity to drive it crazy. So by getting a really loud exhaust system, I think I'm going to be reminding myself of just how awesome this motor is and this whole car is and this experience that I'm, you know, sharing with you guys. So yeah, I went ahead and bought an exhaust. So expect video clips on that probably within 2 weeks because they're out of stock right now. And they said they're going to get stocked up next week. So by the time it ships, I paid for 2-day air shipping because I want to hear as quick as possible. I'm gonna get it here and then we're gonna install it probably the same day or the day after, and then we're gonna, you know, then we're gonna go piss off my neighbors. And with all that said, guys, I'm sorry for not taking this car through its paces because of traffic. But if you guys did like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I really like making these videos, and if you guys want any more of these videos, feel free to leave it in the comments below because, I mean, after all, I am gonna be driving this car a lot more than I did my NSX because of just sheer fun I'm having with this. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.